Hello, it's Sony Photographer here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Android Auto system that I've been using for about a month now. And I just wanted to give some of the stuff that I like about it and what I don't like, how it has improved the entertainment system of this car. So I've been very familiar with Android Auto. I'm personally an Android developer, but I've never developed anything for the Android Auto system. When I went to Google I/O, I got to test some of the new features of Android Auto last Google I/O. They even showed a Waze demo that was an Android Auto, but there's still not a release, no news about it. It's still like a mystery. So when I got this update, I was very excited, and I started to use my car and drive my car more often. I wanted to fully immerse myself in the Android Auto experience because, you know, to be able to give a proper review, you really need to live with it and use it a lot. So the purpose of Android Auto is to provide a distraction-free driving experience, in addition to have a better integration to your phone by, you know, giving you ability to call, see your call history, your contacts, and then also get notifications. Android Auto has an API which uses Android's notification API, where if you can reply from Android's notification on your phone, then you can reply from Android Auto. That's what's awesome about it. And this is being used by a lot of the messaging apps, so Telegram, WhatsApp, the SMS, Google Messenger, Allo, and all these different apps. You can just respond by voice from your car. I find this really useful because I don't want to be texting and driving. I know replying by voice is also distracting, but if it's like an important message where you really need to send a message, it's much better to just, you know, press a button on your steering wheel while you're keeping your eyes on the road and just responding to the message. Luckily, the apps that I use for media are supported in Android Auto. For an app to work in Android Auto, it needs to have a specific UI and has to go through a specific review process. You can't just put anything out here. You can't put like Flappy Bird or Angry Bird here. Obviously, that will be too distracting. The thing with Google is they come up with a specific design that they think is the right way, and if you want to be part of it, you have to follow it. So the messaging apps are pretty slimmed down, so you don't have like all the features you have in the application itself. For example, for Google Music, you have all the media controls. You have a drawer on the left that slides out that you can access your playlists. So you can't like go through like individual songs, you have to pick playlists. If you don't have playlists, Google Music usually gives you curated playlists that you can use. It also recommends a playlist for driving, so there are different themes for it. You can just pick a playlist like that and just start listening to music right away. In addition to that, you can thumbs up songs, thumbs down, pause, and then you could start a station from a specific song. Let's say you really like a certain song and you're like, I want to listen to music similar to this. You can just go ahead and start a station from that song. And it's super easy to do that. And I mean, that's about it. That's all you can do in a lot of the music apps. I use Pocket Cast. It's one of my favorite podcast apps, and it has all my podcasts there, so I can just press it and it'll just play whatever is next or whatever is downloaded. It's a great experience, like the same podcast that I have on my phone, they'll just play here. I don't need to touch my phone. They're all right there, and it's supported pretty well. So those are the two media apps that I've used so far. I don't use Spotify since I have Google Music. But Spotify, I'm sure it works exactly the same way as Google Music. Talk about Google Maps. Google Maps, obviously, it's also exactly the same way as the Google Maps on your phone. It shows all your locations. If you star something, if you go to these certain places frequently, let's say if you go to work every morning, or, you know, you come home after work every day, when you turn on the car, turn on Android Auto, on Google Maps you're going to have destinations or places to go, and it will show home or work right away, so you can tap on it and it will just take you there. Or you can control Google Maps by voice. If you're stationary, if you're parked, you can use the search functionality, and then there's going to be an on-screen keyboard that you can type and enter your address or whatever you want to do. You won't be able to do this while driving. So right now, there would be a search bar right here if I were going to search, but I can't do it because I'm driving. Google will just block any kind of screen entry because it's way too distracting. but I could use my voice and just navigate to that specific place using voice. And if you use voice in, I don't know, most smartphones, it's pretty accurate. That's definitely a really good experience. As far as phone is also really good. I mean, it has all your contacts. If you have stored any contacts, your favorite contacts, they'll also show up there. So if you want to call, let's say you have your parents, your wife, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, they can all be there. You can just call them by one touch, and it's very convenient. Obviously, you can also call by voice. And let me talk about the main screen. In the main home screen, you usually have any kind of you'll usually have weather, any missed calls or recent messages. And also if you have GPS navigation, it will show it here. It also shows any music that's playing. So this is pretty much your home screen for Android Auto. It's similar to your Google Now cards, and it will show any relevant information that you would have during driving. And these are all the features that are really awesome. They add a lot of value to the driving experience. They're well designed, well thought out, and I'm pretty happy with them. But of course, nothing is perfect, and I've had trouble. The voice recognition sometimes is just absolutely terrible, but sometimes it's amazing. I just got a message from my wife. So if you receive a message from someone, you can just tap on the message.
Here's the message. Music, can you also buy red, yellow, and green pepper? You can press the voice button and say, reply.
So that's how it reads the messages. So if you want to reply, you can press the voice button, reply.
What's the message?
Sure, I can buy them.
Got it. Here's your message. Sure, I can buy them. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it.
Sending message.
So as you can see, the voice sending feature is really nice. It actually works pretty well. I have no complaints. It actually works pretty well, but sometimes it's very inaccurate. There will be a few times where I would try to speak and send a message, but it would not recognize what I'm saying. I could say, reply. It would be like, what's your message? And then I would speak my message. It would be like, oh, I did not understand what you just said. And I feel like that's really frustrating if someone asks you to buy something, or sometimes someone asks you a really important question, and you're kind of like locked. You have to call them. A good thing, the calling feature is really simple. You just say call for this person. I usually say call my wife, and Google already knows who my wife is. You know, these technologies are awesome when they work, but sometimes when they don't, it's just extremely frustrating. I feel like another bad part is, like with media apps, you have choice of different apps. You have Google Music, Pocket Cast, Telegram, but for navigation, you're stuck with Google Maps. So if you want to use Waze, you can't do it. There's no choice. You're stuck with Google Maps. I mean, Google Maps provides a great experience. It's simple. I know there are a lot of people who prefer Waze over Google Maps. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the delay between some interactions. So let's say if I open Google Music, and if I want to open, let's say, my playlists, it takes like time to load the playlist. So it takes like a good 5-6 seconds to load all my playlists. Then I can like go through them and listen to them. This is kind of annoying. This is all streamed from my phone. It should be pretty fast, and everything is like cached locally on my phone, so it shouldn't have to do like extra network requests. If you don't have any data, it shouldn't matter. These things should pop up right away. I feel like that part is really annoying. This happens in different apps, same with Google Maps too, but Google Maps is not that bad. I also wish you could do more stuff with your voice in the music applications. For example, I wish I could say thumbs up to this song. I really like this song, and I'll put a thumbs up. I use that feature a lot on my phone when I'm listening to music on Google Music, to kind of like get like a curated list of songs that I really like. Later, if you want to make a DJ mix or, you know, add them to my library, but I have to touch the screen while I'm driving. I have to take my eyes off the road. It is not safe, and I don't like doing that. And I mean, that's about it. I mean, I'm kind of having trouble finding other things that I don't like about this. Other than that minor quirks like, you know, delays and my voice being not heard properly, it's pretty good. I mean, another thing is my car is pretty loud. When I'm going on a highway, when I'm on the 6th gear, there isn't a drone, but there's like, you can hear the exhaust, and it definitely fills the car with noise. Plus, this is not like a Lexus where it doesn't completely isolate the sound from outside. You definitely get like some road noise, tire noise. So it's not a perfect environment for a microphone to pick up, and it uses car's built-in mic. I mean, Ford also has built-in voice commands that are built into Sync 3. Their mic is, I feel like, pretty good. It hears me pretty well most of the time. But I feel like it's the fault of Android Auto and Google Assistant, which is having a hard time parsing my voice. But in most conditions, it's pretty good. I mean, I can rely on it. I can say, hey, call my wife, or call my father, call my brother, and it will do everything like really nicely. I have like no complaints. Anyway, that's my review of the Android Auto system on Sync 3. Let's say I would highly recommend it, but if your car doesn't support Android Auto, then you know, you can't really use it. But if your car supports it, or if you're considering a car, if you're buying a new car, I would highly suggest buying a car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, because it just like provides a much better experience. You know, instead of dealing with like touching your phone, playing a certain song, and having your phone like on a mount, you can have your phone away, not distract you at all. It will really clear like your whole dashboard, and you're not gonna have anything distracting you. I feel like that's a really good part of the concept behind Android Auto. You just tuck away your phone and it will just do everything in the background. I will say only weird part, I feel like this is a fault on my side. Since I'm used to having my phone either mounted or here on the cup holders, sometimes when I leave the car, I completely forget about my phone because I'm used to grabbing my phone from a cup holder or this magnet mount that I used to have. Now that it's not here, sometimes I'll leave my car and my phone is still in my car. That's the only bad part. But I mean, that's just my fault. So thank you for watching this video on the way to my parents' house, and give a quick review and tell you how I feel about this whole system. Again, it's positive. I would highly recommend it. I feel like every car should have it, whether it's Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, doesn't matter. Every car manufacturer should just allow the users to be able to plug in their phone and have a built-in experience. And this is especially good on rental cars. If you have a rental car, you just plug your phone in, all your apps, all your media stuff is just there. You don't have to do any setup, you don't have to pair your phone. It just removes a lot of the headache. Or let's say you have friends that wanna, you know, plug into your system, or they wanna like, you know, play their own music. Well, you can just unplug your phone, plug in theirs, and all their Spotify music library is just right there. It's amazing. So, let me know what you think of this video. If you have Android Auto, how do you like it? Same with Apple CarPlay. I would have loved to try Apple CarPlay, but I don't have an iPhone, and I also need to upgrade my USB hub. I don't see a value of doing it. So there's a lot of videos on Apple CarPlay as well for Mustang drivers. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, another thing, I shot this video at 120 frames per second. Let me know what you think of that higher frame inside the car shots. Because I usually shoot at 24 frames per second at 4K. But this time I decided to do 1080p at 120 frames per second. One of the reasons for that is it's really bright outside, and I didn't want to put an ND filter because I was in a rush. If you're trying to shoot 24 frames per second, you need to have the double of that in your shutter speed. So if it's 24, it needs to be 48. So the next closest one is 50. And 1/50 during the day is like really freaking bright. I'll have to shoot at f/22 probably to get a decent exposure. So that's why I decided to go with 120 frames per second. I get to shoot at 1/250 of a second. So, you know, it's not bad. I'm still shooting at a pretty small aperture, but we'll still do the job. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Now it's goodbye for real. I'll see you guys in the next video.